meantime, let's talk weather for this weekend. Beautiful sunshine out there tonight. Sounds like that's going to stick around for the weekend, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it does, but
But
some seriously cold mornings.
okay, how like freezing?
Like 10 degrees colder than this morning, everywhere. Whatever you woke up to this morning, tomorrow morning is going to be 10 degrees colder.
Do I need to worry about my flowers and my plants?
I don't think you need to in Spokane.
Okay.
But if you haven't cut the tops off your tomato plant, you're too late already. Like, so you cut the top off like a month before the first freeze, and then it'll tell your plant to like
Get
back
ready
to all
for
the,
it?
yeah.
Okay.
It's like a thing.
I don't do the tomato thing, but
I used to be a gardener. Now I'm just a guy who can't even keep grass alive. No, that's wrong. Now I'm just a guy who purposely kills the grass in his yard because it's ridiculous that you're spending so much water to water something that's just not meant to live in this environment. That's more correct. Hey, I've got nothing against you if you got a nice green lawn. That's kind of cool. Mark Hanrahan's outside looks like the inside, so there you go. We have some cold mornings this weekend. We talked a bit about it. Fall officially starts Sunday, and we have a return of the 80s. Maybe. We might be pumping the brake on some of that heat next week. We'll get to why here in a second. But overall, it does still look like we get cold. Notice some of those freeze watches have turned to frost advisories. And those frost advisories stretch all the way down into the Palouse and all the way over into western Montana. Freeze watches are now freeze warnings for northeast Washington, where temperatures are going to trend quite a bit cool. Tomorrow morning is 10 degrees colder than this morning. So if you were in the 30s this morning, it is likely you will be down in the 20s. That's true. That's what we are looking at with today versus tomorrow. There's likely some overnight lows down in the 20s and 30s. It's pretty widespread. Sunday, we are a bit warmer, so those frost advisories will expire because it does look like Sunday we trend about 4 or so degrees warmer than where we will Saturday morning. And that's just right on the edge enough to give us that difference. But either way, the weekend starts out cold each morning, and then in the afternoon, we climb back into the 70s, mid-70s. There's a chance of showers late Sunday, but remember we talked about that one forecast model that's always overzealous, and I said, even that one's saying, buckle up because it's probably not gonna happen. So there's our energy, there's our storm, there's everything going on. Saturday, it's way out to the coast and way off to the north. It eventually starts moving in, but now that same forecast model that's always overzealous says, I don't think anything's happening. And it just keeps everything out of our region, so it likely doesn't. It still looks like we warm up Monday and Tuesday, but now there's model indication that that rain off the coast eventually wins on Wednesday, Thursday. This is the first time it has shown up in those forecast models. You don't typically dive into a big change like that until time number 3, especially that far out. Remember, we always talk 3 days. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we have a good idea of what's coming. Tuesday's likely up near or at 80 degrees. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, still a bit of a wild card.